You don't even have to be Batman. You don't have to be Wonder Woman to be a superhero for my children. You don't even have to wear a cape.
You're our superhero.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome to the YWCA Tribute for Women and Children. I'm Chuck Freeby, happy to be your host tonight. This is a night where you can be a superhero for women who have survived domestic abuse and are building new lives for themselves and their children. In the past, for tribute, we would all gather in the same room, but of course, COVID-19 has changed all that. Fortunately, it doesn't mean we still can't come together to make a difference. We hope from the comfort and safety of your own home, you'll choose to be an everyday hero. And you don't even have to wear a cape, unless, of course, you want to, because as I've always said, if you follow somebody in a cape, there's excitement going on. Here's what you need to do to take part in the silent and live auctions that have been open online for the past week. You go to the YWCA's website right now. It is ywcancin.org. Once you're there, you'll see the login button. It's going to be at the top right-hand corner of your screen. Click on it, and if you haven't registered yet with GiveGrove, please follow the prompts to get you all set up. Now, if you've already registered, you can start bidding right now. Keep in mind the bidding for both the silent and the live items closes at 7:50 tonight. Now, if you don't plan on bidding on auction items, we hope you'll still consider giving to our Feed the Need, which provides critical funding to the YWCA for emergency shelter, food, childcare, and other essentials. And you can do that by clicking on Feed the Need right up at the top of the page. I'm happy now to welcome the President and the CEO of YWCA North Central Indiana, Susan Tybin. And Susan, first off, thank you to you and your team for all the work that you do.
Thank you, and I want to thank you for being here this evening, and I want to thank all of our friends at WHME for all the hard work they put into making this evening possible.
Now, tonight's event kicks off Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I know you have a lot of things planned for the month, but I'm not sure many of us realize just how big of a problem domestic violence really is right now.
Right. You know, it's estimated that 1 in 3 women are going to be the victims of physical abuse or sexual abuse at some point throughout their lives. In addition to that, every minute throughout the United States, you have approximately 20 individuals who are abused by their intimate partner. Right here locally in Indiana, there have been 2 recent deaths as a result of domestic violence. And so if these statistics motivate people to take action, I would say when you're on our website bidding on silent auction items, to also look and see what you can do during Domestic Violence Awareness Month and see how you can raise awareness and raise funds to reduce the incidence and prevalence of domestic violence.
Now, obviously, COVID-19 has impacted this event that we're having tonight, but I imagine it's also had an impact on the women who use your shelter and also women who may not be able to get to your shelter that are abuse victims.
Mm-hmm. Because we're an essential service, we have worked really hard with the Department of Public Health and changed almost all of our procedures to make sure that our shelter is as safe as possible. In addition, we've got a medical doctor who comes in every single week and gives us advice as to what we should and should not be doing. But you know what? You can't be an essential service without having essential employees. And so I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all of our employees who have come into work every single day over the last 9 months. And I know you're looking at some of them right now, but they have been an integral part to keeping the shelter running. In addition, because of COVID-19, we have had an increase in calls to our crisis desk. And so we believe that a lot of people, they're not going out, they're staying at home. There's also unemployment and a lot of factors that are really, really increasing domestic violence. And so I would say to people, please do not stay at home. Please call our shelter, 866-YES-YWCA, and get help if you're living in a dangerous situation.
Let's switch gears a little bit because 2020 has also been a huge awareness year for social injustice. I know the YWCA has frequently been involved in that. What is the YWCA doing in terms of racial justice right now?
We have a lot of programs that are coming up to address the problem of racial justice. And in fact, a week from tonight, we have Dr. Daryl Heller, who is the executive director of the Civil Rights Heritage Center. And he will be speaking on women and social justice. And he will be giving a little history and kind of talking about what women have done in the past. But most importantly, he'll be telling us what we can do today to be activists and to create our own civil rights movement. And then in the month of November, we have medical doctors from the Department of Public Health, and they will be talking about disparities in healthcare, and they will talk about what they are going to try to do to reduce those disparities here in South Bend. So you don't want to miss either one of those programs.
No, absolutely not. And the YWCA clearly doing great work in our community. I imagine you cannot do it without certain community partners, both individuals and organizations. And I understand we're recognizing one of those community partners here tonight.
Yes, we are. It is a great honor to recognize the YWCA Community Partner of the Year. You know, last year we launched a fundraising effort, and it was called Building a Stronger Future. And the goal of Building a Stronger Future was to raise more private funds in order to reduce our reliance on federal grants. First Source Bank stepped up to the plate immediately and pledged a $150,000 match for new donor donations over 3 years. It is a transformational gift, and we are so very grateful. Thank you to our friends at First Source Bank, our YWCA Community Partner of the Year.
Well, thank you, Susan, and certainly congratulations to First Source Bank. So now it is your turn at home to make a difference for women and children in our community. And let's go over again how you can do that. First of all, start bidding. The live and silent auctions are taking place online right now. So go to the YWCA's website, ywcancin.org. Once you're there, you'll see that login button. Click on it. And if you haven't registered yet with GiveGrove, follow the prompts, get yourself set up. Now, if you've already registered, you can start bidding immediately. There are some great items, and I want to check out the 2 weekend stays we have at Area Lake Homes. The first is on Donald Lake. That is in Cass County, just a short drive from South Bend and Elkhart. It's an all-sports lake, so feel free to bring your boat, or you can talk to the owner about possibly using their pontoon boat. This is a gorgeous cottage. It sleeps 10 to 12 people with 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, a huge 4-season sun porch, a fully equipped kitchen, and a beautiful great room with a fieldstone fireplace. Perhaps the most awesome part of this incredible home is the 900 square foot deck that overlooks the lake. So you can grill and enjoy dinner on the deck and then gather around that lakeside fire pit for s'mores. Man, that sounds like a perfect family get together. And the nice thing is it's not too far from home. The current bid on this item is $800. So that is the first lake house up for bid. Let's talk now about the second. This one is equally as beautiful, and it sits on Coates Lake near Walkerton. You could have a perfect summer weekend, bring along a lot of people with you. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a sleeping loft. This home accommodates up to 14 people. So when COVID is over, you're going to have a big party at this place. This sunny and bright home has everything you need, including a fully equipped kitchen, beautiful lakeside dock. You're going to go out there and drink your morning coffee. Coates Lake is also a great fishing lake. So if you're interested in this lake home, go online now to bid. The starting bid right now is $800. And don't forget the live and silent auction items end at 7:50 this evening. So we're going to take a quick break. So those of you who have not yet logged in can go ahead and get that done. And when we come back, we'll introduce you to an everyday hero, the YWCA Woman of the Year.
Good evening. I would like to thank the YWCA of North Central Indiana for recognizing First Source Bank as your Community Partner of the Year. We are humbled by this honor. We are always proud to support the YWCA and the important work you do to create opportunities for women and families in our communities to succeed.
That's so true, Andrea. And we really have to applaud the YWCA for developing this Building a Stronger Future campaign, which ensures that the support and programming they offer remains available to women and families in need for years to come. First Source Bank believes in that mission, and we know it will have a lasting impact on those the YWCA serves.
Again, we thank you for naming us your Community Partner of the Year, and we look forward to continuing that partnership into the future.
Welcome back, everyone. We are changing lives tonight, raising money to support the incredible work of the YWCA. You know, inside the walls of the YWCA shelters, women and their children find not only safety, but everything they need to begin again and build safer, happier, healthier lives. We hope you'll consider being a hero tonight by bidding on the auction items. All you have to do is go to ywcancin.org. You click on the login button. That takes you to Give Grove. You'll provide some basic information, and you can bid and be able to donate during our Feed the Needs segment. Now, a minute ago, we told you about 2 beautiful lake homes you can bid on for a weekend getaway. Right now, let's talk about dinner for 8 at one of the best restaurants in our area. And if you're the highest bidder, you and 7 friends can join an intimate dinner party with wine pairings at Cerulean Restaurant. Cerulean's the place to be in that hip, artsy Winona Lake Village area. You get to choose from an award-winning menu. You really can't go wrong with anything on there, and you'll enjoy the quaint yet elegant setting. You're going to have an incredible meal, but Cerulean's about a lot more than food. Every aspect of this restaurant is designed to bring people together. They are dedicated to serving the best food and drink in the most relaxing atmosphere possible. So when you gather, you really do make community happen. Right now, the bid for that item is $1,000, but you know how that works. You gather all your friends, you have them each chip in $200, and you could make money on that and still go to dinner with them. Now, let's move on to our next live experience. You and 7 friends can have a night to remember under the stars. Enjoy a private night of stargazing at the IU South Bend Observatory. The winning bidder works with Professor Jerry Hinnefeld to select the perfect night. perhaps you'll prefer a night with good planetary viewing so you can see Jupiter and Saturn, or maybe even the moon, or maybe you prefer a nice dark night for viewing so you can look at some beautiful star clusters. Folks, they can even mount a CCD camera and they'll go hunting for deep sky objects like galaxies. For this one night, the entire observatory is at your disposal. Now, a night under the stars can be scheduled once all the COVID-19 visitor restrictions are lifted at IU South Bend. So again, go online. Current bid right now is $600 for that experience. I am joined now by Amanda Saravello. She is the Vice President of Development and Communications for the YWCA. Good to have you with us tonight.
Hi, Chuck. Thank you so much tonight for hosting. You were talking a bit about the stars in the skies.
Sure.
I want to talk a bit about a different kind of star. This year's YWCA Woman of the Year embodies our mission to eliminate racism and empower women. As a businesswoman, she has worked hard to make her business successful. She's also worked equally hard, to help others succeed. If you don't know her already, you're missing out. So please meet our 2020 Woman of the Year, the remarkable Karen Barnett. Karen Barnett plays many roles in her life. She's president and CEO of her own very successful company. She's a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a YWCA board member. But somehow in her very busy life, she has found time to give back in a big way. She credits her parents with instilling in her the idea that you're not truly successful unless you're helping others succeed. For Karen, that has meant supporting and empowering other women.
You know, I guess I just feel strongly about helping, women helping other women, and I've been able to do it.
When people believe in you, it helps you to believe in yourself more.
Nearly 20 years ago, Karen saw great potential in a young woman just beginning her career.
Yeah, especially when I didn't see that in myself really early on. She has really encouraged me and really asked me to kind of step out of my comfort zone a lot of times. And that's really helped me a lot, not just in my professional life, but also in my personal life.
I think she is absolutely amazing.
5 years ago, Yolanda Connor heard Karen speak about her business. She asked Karen to mentor her. And today, Yolanda runs her own specialized transportation company.
She has helped me see the value in what I do. She has told me to kind of value myself, so it helps me kind of gauge how much I actually charge people.
Women helping women is the concept that drew Karen to the YWCA Board of Directors over 10 years ago. During that time, a lot has happened. The merger of the St. Joseph County and Elkhart County associations to create YWCA North Central Indiana. The addition of men to what had historically been an all-female board of directors, and the decision to save and operate a struggling domestic violence shelter in downtown Elkhart.
We knew that there would be 40 women and kids that would be out on the street with their abusers if the doors closed. And there was never a person that didn't say, we'll figure this out.
The YWCA serves nearly 140 women and children in its shelters every single day. Many arrive with nothing but the clothes on their backs. But inside these walls, they find safety and services to help them not only heal, but to also empower them to move on and build new lives free from abuse.
Anybody that we know and love could be impacted by domestic violence. And many of us are so lucky that we have a place to go, we have a family, we have a job. These women that come to the YW, they don't have any of that. They just have us. We can help them, and we should. Somebody once told me, to whom much is given, much is expected. And I think that's true. It's up to us. And I've seen the work. Thousands of women and kids' lives are changed and saved. They have nowhere else to go. So that's why.
Congratulations to Karen for this well-deserved honor. And on behalf of everyone with the YWCA, thanks, Karen, for your years of leadership, compassion, and dedication. Those three words can also describe a man who served with Karen on the board for several years. In 2014, former South Bend Mayor and Indiana Governor Joe Kernan became the first man to serve on the YWCA Board of Directors. When asked to join the board, he didn't hesitate, saying he couldn't think of anything more important than helping women and children. Joe didn't even hesitate when we asked him to walk a mile in women's shoes to help raise awareness for sexual violence. We knew if Joe took the lead, others would follow. Our mission of eliminating racism and empowering women was a natural fit for a man who treated everyone he met with dignity and respect. On July 29th, Joe died after a long illness. He is gone, but certainly not forgotten, living on in the hearts of all those who respected, admired, and loved him, including all of us with the YWCA.
On behalf of the YWCA Board of Directors, thank you for your support. In 2020, we have endured multiple challenges: a global pandemic, social unrest, natural disasters, and economic uncertainty. In short, a confluence of events that make the YWCA simultaneously more important and yet more vulnerable. Now, as much as ever, we are counting on you for your help.
As we begin Domestic Violence Awareness Month and continue our battle on behalf of the women and children in our communities, we're reminded of the YWCA's mission statement. The YWCA is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. This is who we are.
Our YWCA is where differences of all kinds, including race, ethnicity, and beliefs, are respected, valued, and protected.
Our YWCA is where hatred, bigotry, and intolerance are inappropriate and rejected.
Our YWCA also recognizes that it is not enough to have a diverse and inclusive board and staff.
We are compelled to acknowledge, to listen, and to act.
Recent events require us to be even more intentional in our board conversations and vigilant in upholding the YWCA mission.
The violent and tragic deaths of so many Black men and women, including George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and so many others, have evoked sadness, anger, frustration, and disappointment.
As an organization and a community, we cannot afford to ignore the study of present-day racism and injustice,
and their connections to centuries-old systems born of fear, prejudice, distrust, and hatred.
The leadership of this YWCA is united with the voices of this country crying out for justice.
We cannot be silent.
We must stand against bigotry, inequality, and injustice whenever and wherever we see it.
The YWCA follows our mission and serves communities in Elkhart and St. Joseph counties by providing shelter and safety for women and their young children.
By offering educational and job training programming, and by collaborating with others.
We are also committed to broader and deeper efforts to eliminate racism.
We will have frank and honest discussions about implicit bias, institutional inequities, and racial injustice.
In these challenging times, we will be introspective, account for our assets and our deficiencies.
And as a board, we renew our pledge to the YWCA mission of eliminating racism and empowering women.
Let our mission be yours.
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 Please let our mission be yours.
Let our mission be yours.
Welcome back to Tribute. Are you bidding? No, really, are you? Because we hope you'll get in on the action here by going to YWCA.ncin.org. You can bid on over 30 silent auction items, 7 live auction items. Let's talk about a few of those right now, because I want you to be able to experience the tradition of the majestic Grand Hotel. It sits up there on northern Michigan's Mackinac Island. You will never forget the spectacular views from a rocking chair overlooking the Straits of Mackinac, the world's longest porch. Take a step away from it all. Unwind in the warm hospitality. Get some of that famous Mackinac Island fudge and enjoy this scene that's been charming guests since 1887, because this bed and breakfast package includes 1 room for 2 people, 2 nights. You're going Sunday through Thursday, somewhere 2 nights in there. It also includes a breakfast daily for 2 people, because the Grand Hotel, as I've mentioned, it's been charming guests since 1887. This is one of the top 5 resorts in the Midwest. And right now the bid is at $1,600. Now that says winning bid right there. Auction's not closed yet. It's open until 7:50, so you've got time to get in on that. Maybe you're looking for something a little closer to home and a bit more active. Well, this Ultimate Experience South Bend package has something for everyone. Even if you're Mayor Mueller, you should be bidding on this. 2 golf certificates for 4 to play at either Erskine or Elbel Golf Course. 2 ice skating certificates, a buy one, get one free for ice skating at the beautifully redone Howard Park. I don't know if you've been down there, folks. It is absolutely gorgeous. 2 pool passes for 4 for either Potawatomi Pool or the Kennedy Water Playground. 2 East Race passes for 4. You get to raft down that beautiful East Race waterway. What a lot of fun that is in those rafts. 3 $25 gift certificates to Hacienda. Mix up your ranch and salsa. And because you'll be exhausted after doing all those things, we give you a 1-night stay in a king-size suite at the Inn at St. Mary's in South Bend. Unbelievably, right now, this is at $300. You can't do all those things for $300. We need to get the bid up on that item. Now, let's talk about our final live auction item, because this one's always a crowd favorite. Every year, hundreds of children call the YWCA emergency shelters home. Many are traumatized by witnessed violence in their own homes. They need therapy, including art therapy, because it helps them heal. Each year, the kids, with the help of our staff, create an original piece of artwork for this tribute event. This year's painting, which can be yours if you're the highest bidder, is called Take My Hand and Help Me Soar. Now, we've said it before, but it bears saying, you don't have to wear a cape to be a hero for these abused women and children. And even the smallest heroes, like this one in our picture, which has a bid right now of $300, can make a big impact. So let's go through the auction items one more time. We have 7 live auction items. You've got the beautiful weekend away at Donald Lake. That is currently at $900. Your stay on Kuntz Lake, another big home. You could put 14 people in there. Right now, that's at $800. Our dinner for 8 at Cerulean in Winona Lake Village, that currently stands at $1,300. We have the Night Under the Stars. This is where you have the IUSB Observatory all to yourself. That is currently at $600. Then the 3 items we just told you about, the breathtaking stay at the Grand Hotel, that is at $1,600. The Ultimate South Bend package, current bid is $300. And then our beautiful YWCA children's artwork, which is really kind of the centerpiece of what the YWCA does, that is also at $300. So don't forget, go online, YWCA.ncin.org. Well, I want to tell you about a wonderful little girl. She's 8 years old. Her name is Olivia Cryer. She volunteers reading to the children who stay in childcare at the YWCA South Bend shelter. Now, she wanted to make the reading nook a little bit better, so Olivia decided to hold a few small fundraisers, including a lemonade stand. Well, one thing led to another, and before you could say, wow, what an amazing kid, Olivia, with the help of her mom, raised over $5,000. So forget about just sprucing up the reading area. Because of Olivia, The entire childcare area was renovated. New paint, new flooring, new toys, and of course, a new reading nook. And that is why this incredible young woman is the 2020 YWCA Volunteer of the Year. So congratulations, Olivia, for a job well done. And on behalf of the YWCA, thank you for showing all of us that even the smallest among us can be an everyday hero. Well, Amanda Saravallo joins us once again. And Amanda, I am absolutely stunned and amazed by Olivia.
We all are, Chuck. And I know Olivia is watching tonight with her family. So I want to say hi again and thank you, Olivia, for all your great work. It'll be exciting to see what she ends up doing in the future. Chuck, you mentioned earlier about the large number of children who come with their moms into shelter. In fact, concern about their children is often the reason moms make the call for help to the YWCA. That certainly was the case for Rebecca, a brand new mom building a brand new life.
Make purpose. It's a purpose to my life.
Just a few months ago, Rebecca could have never imagined this moment. After decades of abuse, she is safe, sober, and holding her newborn son.
I had just childhood trauma that kind of taught me that that was the norm. And even though I didn't think it felt well, I just thought, that was the norm. Even though I had adopted parents that tried to show me otherwise, I still reverted back to what I knew as a child. Saw domestic violence, just violence in general. 4 years old, I can remember.
Once grown, she found herself in an abusive marriage at the age of 22. She got a divorce, but was in and out of violent relationships for years, numbing the pain of abuse with alcohol and drugs.
From early on as a child, I felt neglected. I didn't feel like I was worth anything. I felt like I was just here to please other people. That my feelings really didn't count. My feelings didn't matter, and I just wasn't worth anything.
YWCA, Princess speaking. How can I help you?
It wasn't until after she was pushed down the stairs in the early days of her pregnancy that she made the phone call that has changed her life.
When I first got here, I was excited, but I was really apprehensive. I wanted it to work, and I knew I needed help with not just substance abuse.
It's hard. It is.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys provide so much support.
And she got that help. Classes and counseling to help her understand the dynamics of abuse and how often domestic violence and substance use go hand in hand. Now, for the first time in her life, she feels optimistic about the future for herself and her son.
This place has saved my life, and I genuinely mean that. I feel like I have hope now, and it's such a good feeling.
Chuck, Rebecca is busy planning her new life with her son, Josiah, plans that include going back to school to finish her degree.
Amanda, thank you very much. Rebecca's story, just a great reminder of why tonight is so important and why we really need to support these YWCA programs. We hope all of you are busy bidding on the auction items right now. I was taking a look at some of the silent auction items that are going on right now. There's some pretty good duels going on for the ultimate spa package and some of the oil changes with a full detail going on. There's a ton of silent auction items that we really haven't talked about. Many of them might be in your price range. Remember, the auction, both live and silent, closes in about 15 minutes at 7:50. So we want you to get your bids in now. When we come back, we'll take another look at those live auction items, and then we'll ask you to feed the need. We'll tell you what that is when we return.
Welcome to all who are participating by supporting this very important YWCA tribute event. Matt Edmonds here, and on behalf of the members of the TIRAC family, we want to give a special thank you for your support, as well as the efforts of all the YWCA team who work so hard as they help women and their children build healthy, safe, happy lives free of domestic violence here in the communities of North Central Indiana. Remember, because of all you do for these women and children, you are the superheroes.
Welcome back. You've got about 12 minutes left for you to get your bids in for the silent and live auctions. You and I both know how this works. You're trying to get your bid in at the last minute, but somebody else is too. You might as well just get it in now and get it done and over with, because both the silent and the live auctions close down at 7:50, and we don't want you to miss out. So let's go through these live auction items quickly here one more time. Item number one, the beautiful weekend away at Donald Lake. It's a great lake house getaway. Donald Lake, you can take your boat up there. It's an all-sports lake. Current bid on this package right now is at $900. We've got another lake package on Kuntz Lake. That's down towards Walkerton, where we were for the 46th game of the week last week. Kuntz Lake, you can put 14 people in this particular home. Great place to have it. Right now, the bid is at $800. The dinner for 8 at Cerulean. Now, we've got some pretty good bidding going on this package out in Winona Lake Village. Right now, the dinner for 8 at Cerulean stands at $1,500. That's a fun item. The night under the stars, that is at the IU South Bend Observatory. You get a chance to have the whole observatory to yourself. You can look for planets, you can look for galaxies, you can look for car keys, an astronaut lost in space. We don't care what you look for, just enjoy the evening with your friends. Current bid right now is at $600. The Grand Hotel is another popular item right now on the live auction circuit. You've got a 2-night stay at the Grand, a room for 2, breakfast every day. That current bid right now is at $1,600, but I have the feeling that could go up as well. Then a couple, to be honest with you, bargains right now. The Ultimate South Bend package, which has golf, swimming, rafting down the East Race, ice skating at Howard Park. You're staying at the Inn at St. Mary's. You're going to Hacienda. That's only at $300 right now. That needs to go up quite a bit, as does our YWCA children's artwork. The children's artwork put together by the kids who stay in the YWCA shelter. And you can see the Take My Hand and See How High We Soar is the theme. That right now is at $300. So get your bids in. Go to YWCA.ncin.org. Not too late to register if you haven't bid yet, but you need to hurry up because you've got about 9 minutes left. Well, this is the part of the night when we ask you to feed the need. Aaron Bradford is the Director of Development at the YWCA. He joins me now. So what exactly is this beast called Feed the Need?
Right. Hi, Chuck. Thanks for your support tonight. We call it Feed the Need because there's lots of needs in our shelters, and this is a chance for our donors to choose what they exactly want to support and at what level.
Well, certainly in the wake of COVID-19, Feed the Need takes on a greater need because the shelter has been operating, even though a lot of other things haven't, and you've had more women coming into the shelter or at least been at capacity. So I imagine the need this year is probably as great as it's ever been.
Exactly, and it's important that we continue to serve the children and the women that need that vital help to transform their lives.
All right. Well, I know one thing, that if you don't ask big, you're never going to get big.
That's
so
right.
Let's start the ask tonight at $10,000, which I know is truly a transformative gift.
It is
for a place like the YWCA. But as we see on our screen right here, Aaron, this significantly changes the lives of 5 families living in our shelter. And when you talk about case management and counseling and meals and personal care items and cleaning supplies and bedding, I mean, really, you're trying to take care of an entire family here.
Absolutely, and it's a robust approach. You can see all the continuum of care that we offer, and also things like legal advocacy and helping women obtain a protective order or being with them in court.
So let's check here and see if we have any $10,000 bid. Oh my goodness. Aaron, Jill and Woody Pfeiffer have come up with $10,000 tonight. Thank you very much.
They're a wonderful couple. They've supported us for many years. This is great.
Well, thank you very much. And of course, they don't have to be alone. If you want to make a $10,000 donation, you can join the Pfeiffers in that. That's a great gift. And we don't downplay that, but we know that might be at a level that some people can't give at. So why don't we drop it down to $5,000? And at the $5,000 level, you provide an entire year of housing, food services, childcare, and job readiness for the families living in the shelter. And it also provides case management once the woman has entered the extended stay housing through the YWCA. I think that might be something that people don't really understand, what that extended stay housing is.
Right, and that's on a case-by-case basis, determining her needs and her children's needs, and does it need to be 60 or 90 or even a longer duration to help them get on their feet.
So let's see, I'm going to check here real quick as we check out things on the computer here and see if we've got any $5,000. Not yet, but hopefully we'll get one that comes in. Maybe we'll get something at the $2,500 level as we come down to another level where people can help us out tonight. And at $2,500, Aaron, obviously it would be half the services at $5,000, but it's also where you support a woman and her child in the YWCA's domestic violence program, trying to recover from the trauma of that, both for the woman and the child, has to be very difficult as she goes to try to begin a new life.
Yeah, it's hard work, and often the woman and the children will experience stress to such a toxic degree that it creates post-traumatic stress. And so we have counseling for women and also child therapy.
So as we check here for $2,500 gifts, we have a $2,500 gift. Pamela has stepped up with a $2,500 gift. So thank you very much, Pamela. What a wonderful way to help these women and children in our shelter. All right. So if we can't do $2,500, maybe you can do $1,000, because really, when you break it down, $1,000 is less than $100 a month. And this ensures that the crisis desk specialist is there to answer the phone 24/7, pays for them for the entire month. And really, it's the case for any business, but particularly a place where you've got a woman in crisis. She picks up the phone, she calls, that person has no days that they can turn in their B game. They have to be on their A game every day.
Precisely. It's the first point of entry, and that call immediately starts the safety plan into action and trying to get them to the shelter and safe, so that they're not exposed to violence any longer.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't imagine the training those people have to go through too for the crisis line as well. I imagine they go through a pretty thorough program to get ready for that.
Right. There's a lot of preparation in terms of, showing empathy and being able to get them the appropriate services and helping talk through the situation that they're in.
Okay, so we're looking for some $1,000 gifts to come in. Perhaps they will come in as we go on here, but let's go to $500. And at the $500 level, people are providing, again, the support for a woman and her 3 children to stay in safe, violent-free housing for 30 days. For these families, that has to be almost a culture shock coming from what they've gone through with domestic violence and many times ongoing domestic violence.
Yeah, incredible tension, walking on eggshells, feeling at any moment there could be an outburst, to a place where there's peace. They can take a deep breath and in time, start smiling again.
Well, let's see if we have any $500 donations. And it looks like we have one $500 donation from Robert here. So congratulations. Very good. Thank you, Robert, very much for your $500. How about $250? $250 still makes a difference. It gives a woman 2 weeks of individual and group counseling. One of the things that I think would be appealing to these women for the group counseling, Aaron, is the fact that it shows that they're not going through this alone.
Yeah, often the batterer will isolate the victim and say, no one will believe you. No one will help you. So they come to the setting, and with peers, they can begin the healing.
So we all know that we just gave the $500 level. That Karen has responded now to the $500 level.
Thank you,
Hopefully
Karen.
Somebody will respond to the $250 level as well. And a reminder that the YWCA, ncim.org is where you want to get in, because you've got about 2 minutes left to get your bids in, also on the silent and live auction items, but that's also where you donate to the Feed the Need program. So let's go on to now the $100 level. And as we look at $100 tonight and what that does for the YWCA, and a lot of people say, well, that doesn't sound like much. That's fine. Go ahead and give it then if it doesn't sound like much, because it pays for 2 weeks of childcare for a child in the shelter. And quite frankly, these women who are trying to get on with their life are going to need employment, but I'm sure they don't want to go out looking for a job if they're still worried about what's going to happen with their children.
Exactly. That's a big concern. How will my children be cared for? And you mentioned job readiness earlier in the show, and it's important to providing options and opportunities for the women.
All right, so we're looking for $100 gifts, and you can give as little as $50. Remember we told you that story about Olivia, the 8-year-old volunteer? She did it with a lemonade stand. I bet you nobody had to pay $50 for lemonade, but maybe they gave a gift. Well, we can't give you lemonade, but we can tell you that $50 is going to feed a woman and her children for, a week. And quite frankly, if Olivia can do this, I think a lot of our viewers out there might be in a position to do this too. And a $50 gift truly does make a difference. Feeding a family for a week makes a difference, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And we serve many nutritious meals, and a healthy body is a healthy mind, and that helps in the healing and therapy.
So we do have a $50 gift that just came in. Rebecca has given a $50 gift.
Thank you, Rebecca.
David has given a $50 gift. We've got a $100 gift that came in from Ron. Thank you very much, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
And Aaron, you'll be pleased to know another $500 gift has come in. This one coming from Janine. So thank you very much, Janine. That's terrific. Glad to hear from all these people. And just want to remind people, look, when the show ends, the need doesn't end. So if you think about this, if you pray about this, if you're the praying type, and you get done with the show and you say, yeah, I really wanted to give to those people, but it looks like the auction is closed, don't worry about it. Just send a check to the YWCA of North Central Indiana, 1102 South Fellow Street. That's in South Bend, 46601. Add tribute to the memo line. In fact, Aaron, I'm sure that anytime somebody wants to send in money, you're appreciative. It doesn't have to be this week.
right, it makes a huge difference to changing lives and saving lives, and every dollar counts.
So we certainly want to say thank you to everyone so far who has donated. Thank you on behalf of the women and children whose lives will be made better because of your generosity. We are going to take a break, but when we come back, Amanda and I will announce the winners of the live auction, and we'll wrap things up for the 2020 tribute after this. And welcome back. The auction is now closed. If you're the winning bidder for a silent auction item, you'll soon receive an email confirmation. And I guarantee you're going to hear from the YWCA staff in the next few days saying thank you. And Amanda, what a great night for the YWCA and a great night for tribute.
Oh, it has been a wonderful night. And thank you so much again, Chuck. Before we announce those live auction winners, I have a lot of people I want to thank who have made tonight possible. First and foremost, our sponsors, thank you for supporting what has been a very different event from years past. Thank you to WHME, of course, Chuck, Dean, who's the director, of course, Ken and the entire production team out here. They are wonderful to work with, and we're so grateful for their support. Thank you to all those who donated our auction items and to those who placed bids on those items and also made donations. We can't do our work without the support of the community, and we are very, very grateful for that support, especially during this very challenging time. Also, a couple more thank yous.
Sure.
A shout out to Jenna Perkins. She's our event coordinator.
Absolutely.
I can't do my job without Jenna and also without Aaron Bradford. They work very, very hard. We've been working remotely for some time now, and they both have children at home, and they've still managed to help make tonight a great night.
They were terrific during the Zoom meetings that we had to get ready for this. There's no
That's right.
question about that. And thank you again, Amanda, for all the work that the YMCA is, or excuse me, the YWCA is doing. And now before we go, let's give out those live auction
Sure.
winners. And you're going to have to help me with the pronunciation on the first one here. The
Okay.
folks from
Still trying to social distance here,
well,
Chuck.
I should have put my mask on there.
For
but,
the Donnell Lake home, it's Maureen and Dan Receive. Thank you both so very much for bidding on this. Maureen is actually a former board member and a huge supporter of the YWCA, so thank you.
And then when we take a look, it looks like Nancy has won the Kuntz Lake package. Amish and Amy Shaw will be taking their friends to Cerulean for dinner. That's a wonderful gift to give.
Hopefully I'll get that invitation.
And of course, Amish knows that how to recoup the funds on that. He's heard me make that auction pitch before. The IUSB Observatory, Laura Elliott is the winner of that. Amish and Amy are also going on up to the Grand Hotel to spend some time up at Mackinac Island. And our very own Ken Voorhees wins the South Bend package.
Thank you, Ken. Ken's on the floor tonight in the studio. Thank you.
Ken resides down in the North Liberty area, and so we will tear down the wall that we build around South Bend and allow him entrance into the city for all those different events. So that is terrific, and we are happy to have those. And don't forget, you can still make a donation to the YWCA, even if you didn't participate in Feed the Need. You heard all the levels, but no amount is too small.
No.
All of it goes to help. And you saw the very disturbing statistics that have been revealed throughout the night about the problems of domestic violence and social injustice. And we appreciate the fact that the YWCA of North Central Indiana does so much work to combat those causes each and every day, has somebody on that crisis line 24 hours, and if you know somebody who needs their help, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask for that help. Now for Amanda Saravolo, it's Chuck Freeby thanking you for watching and thanking you for participating in Tribute.
Good night.